watching Numbskull News, and today we're doing the final top 25 for all the dozens, couple of dozen, anyway, for you couple of dozen people who have actually watched all these videos throughout the year, throughout the college football season. This is the top 25 final week extravaganza. So let's get going with it. Now, I'm going to give you the final week top 25, just normal. And then I'm going to show you the top 25 after some recalculating. What does that mean? That means bonus points, end of year bonus points. Whoever was undefeated, we only got one of those, you get a 10-point bonus for being undefeated. You also get a strength of schedule bonus points. Now this is for the Power 4 only, Power 4 teams only. The G5 don't get strength of schedule. Why? Because their strength of schedule is G5, and screw that. So only the Power 4 get the strength of schedule bonus. How does that work? If you have on your schedule, you have a win. Now these are only wins. You win. One of your opponents is, let's say, a one-loss team. That one loss is you. That's 5 points. If one of your opponents is 2 losses, one of them being you get 3 points. And you get 1 point for your opponents that are 9-3. That finished the year 9-3. So that's why it's kind of a retabulation a little bit. So let's get going. And we're starting, of course, with the normal points as prescribed by my point system for the last week, after week 14. So, number 1, as you can see, been number 1 for a long freaking time, Oregon with 120 points. Number 2 is Notre Dame with 102. Number 3, Boise State with 98. SMU gets 91, good enough for 4th place. Memphis finishes the year in 5th place with 83 points. Ohio State, 6 points. 6 points. 81 points for 6th place. Texas, also 81 points. Good enough for 7th. Penn State finishes with 76 points. Georgia, number 9, with 74. Indiana, 10th spot with 74 points. Army, well, screwed that up. Army with 11. Number 11 with 71 points. Arizona State, number 12 with 69 points. Syracuse, off that big win, 61 points. South Carolina works their way up to 14th place, the 14th place with 59 points. Tulane with 56 points. Also UNLV with 56 points. Number 17 is Louisville. 18, Ole Miss. Good enough to be tied with the Ragin' Cajuns of Louisiana with 50 points. At number 20 is Tennessee with 49. 21, Colorado. Making moves. Good year from Colorado. 22, Miami with 45 points. 23, Texas Tech finishing strong. BYU, 44 points. And at number 25 is Iowa State with 42. And I also wanted to include Baylor with 42 points. Clemson finishes the year with 41. And Alabama, 37. I'm including those to kind of show you, because they're the next 3 teams out of the top 25, what it looks like after we readjust the points. So this is with the adjustment. Oregon, 139 points on the year. Notre Dame gets no extra points. Sorry, their schedule is a little weak. Boise State, SMU. Ohio State moves into the 5th spot with 91 points. All right, they got a lot of strength of schedule points. Georgia got themselves a nice little chunk, gets up to 6th place. Memphis, of course, they stay where they are. And if you see Texas, not a lot of movement there from Texas. Penn State, 77 points. Indiana, with that schedule, there were no extra points. Arizona, however, got enough extra points to move up to 72. Army barely in here with 71 points. And of course, Syracuse and pretty much everybody else, no one else really moved quite a bit. You know, BYU, I think they may have. I don't think they moved up. They moved up a little bit, just a hair. You know, Miami still there. Iowa State still at 42 points, and if you notice down here, Bama just on the outside looking in, right tied with Baylor. You know, with all that talk of the strength of schedule of Alabama, I mean, they got 5 points out of their wins, but their losses just killed them. It just killed them, and really bad losses. And with a point system, it's going to hurt when you lose to a 6-6 squad. Just ask BYU. They're down here at 22. Okay. Clemson, they didn't really move up any. That's kind of where they are. So now the last thing to show you will be what my top 12 bracket and my bracket for the CFP using my point system would look like theoretically. Now, before I get there, I just got to let you know, Memphis gets eliminated out of this. Now, the reason why, when it comes, and look, the top 25 can be anybody, in any place. You get what you get, you keep what you kill, the points are your points. However, when it comes to the top 12, when it comes to the 12 teams that make the playoffs, a few more things go into it. So when you're a G5, you're not going to get into the top 12. You're not going to get into the playoff if you're not a conference champ, if you're G5. That is my one rule for the G5. So Memphis had a great year. They finished 7th overall with 83 points. But they don't get to make my playoffs because they didn't even get to play for a conference title. 10-2 season. Memphis had a great year, but no playoff for you, brother. Sorry, I'm a fan of Memphis, but no. So here is what it looks like, folks. So let me break this down for you. Arizona State gets the bye week. The same thing with the normal CFP. They are the fourth place. So for the Big 12 fans, I'm not on your side. With my point system, that's where they finish with 89 points when adjusted, because the conference champs, this is how it works with a conference champion. Okay. If you're the runner-up, if you lose a conference title game, you do not lose any points. But if you win, all right, you get all the points. You get 5 points for the win, just like any other win. But you also get a 5-point bonus for being a conference champ. Plus, however highly ranked those teams are that you beat, you get the points for that. So Arizona State finishes with 89 points. Good enough for fourth place, for the fourth playoff spot. So Georgia gets the third spot with 109 points. Boise State gets the second spot. So this is where it gets flipped from the normal CFP, where they have Georgia number 2, Boise State number 3. I got Boise State number 2, Georgia number 3, because Boise State has more points. And then, of course, number 1, Oregon with 164 freaking points. What a freaking year by Oregon. Anyway, Notre Dame versus Clemson. The winner will meet Arizona State. Notre Dame is number 5 because they're not in a conference. So no conference championship. So no extra points for them. 102 points. Clemson finishes with 71 points. So they got 30 points off of that win. Just to let you know, good enough to get them the number 12 spot. And of course that's different because, you know, in the normal CFP, it's Texas versus Clemson. Winner meets Arizona State. This one's Notre Dame. And then you got SMU, who finishes in 6th place with 92 points, facing Number 11, Indiana. The winner will get Georgia in my CFP, in my college football play with my damn point system. Anyway, at number 7 is Ohio State, and they will get Penn State, who's number 10. Winner gets Boise State. And then the biggest switch up of all, because there's no Tennessee, people. Tennessee just doesn't have the points. As a matter of fact, let's go back down here. This is where they finished. Tennessee finishes at number 19 with 52 points. That's right, 52 points, even though they beat Alabama. But where is Bama? Bama doesn't finish in the top 25. So, and Tennessee practically played nobody all year long. It was a weak-ass schedule outside of a couple great wins. And then they flitter it away by losing to the likes of Arkansas. Okay? That's what happened to Tennessee. That's why Tennessee is not there, if you want to know. Well, they're 10-2. Well, yeah, you know who else is 10-2? BYU's 10-2. Miami is 10-2. They finished above them. But they don't belong in the playoff any more than BYU or Miami. Sorry. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. Now, if we come back, they got replaced by Army. Army gets the 8th spot with 82 points, and they'll face Texas with 81. The winner will get Oregon. Now, the normal CFP has great matchups, and I don't blame them for putting Tennessee in, but keep in mind, Tennessee is only in because they're an SEC squad. That's the only reason. And if you look, the biggest difference with mine is you only got 2 SEC teams, Georgia and Texas. The only 2 teams really that deserve a playoff spot from the SEC this year. The points don't lie. The points are the points. So if you have a lousy strength of schedule, even with one loss, Indiana's got the 11th spot. They had enough points to get in. They had enough points to 74 points. But they got no strength of schedule bonus points. They didn't play for the conference title. They only lost to Ohio State. That's it. As a matter of fact, Ohio State ends up finishing at the 7th spot with 2 losses. So you understand what I'm saying here. Ohio State had a much better strength of schedule. That's why they ended up with 91 points. Georgia, same thing. Texas, not a great strength of schedule. They didn't get any bonus points, but they had enough points throughout the year to get them here, to get them in the playoff. They only had 1 loss. So if you have a shitty strength of schedule, you probably can't afford more than 1 loss. And that's what this point system shows with Tennessee. If they only had 1 loss, they may find themselves in here. Maybe. Maybe. So some of you may say, oh, that's bullshit. Army instead of Tennessee. Well, Army's got 1 loss, and their only loss is at Notre Dame. And in my breakdown of everything, Notre Dame is the number 5 team. So that's it. That's the extravaganza, man. One hell of a year, and the points don't lie. Like I said, Tennessee, when I break it down with my point system, do they deserve to get into the CFP, to the normal, regular CFP? No. No, they don't. Sorry. I think I made that pretty clear. I think I showed you every week what the points Tennessee is earning just wasn't enough. Too many losses. They had 1 too many losses for the strength of schedule they had, which was shit. Outside of Alabama, and Alabama turns out they were a 9-3 team. They wasn't that great. Sorry, it's the way it is. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this series. Let me know if you want me to do it again next year. I might do it anyway. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks for watching this crap. Let's enjoy the freaking playoffs.